When we draw from real life observation, we're just copying from real life. Okay, there's a kind of soft line there. There's like a little soft line here, like this, that, that. Any other really strong areas of light? I see right here. There's a really kind of strong light with this little half circular shape right here. That's the shape of the crease. And then it just kind of fades away. I see another kind of circular crease here. And then I see a dark area, and then I see another circular crease here. I think I might have to move those circular creases up a little bit. So that circular crease is right here. Then I see one right here. And then I see one over here. And I see also a very light area. Let's get the big areas. I see a very light area here. I see a light area over here. I see a light area right here, which is very strong. So I'm going to press a little harder with my white chalk. And this little areas here. I might want to go back in with my white chalk later, but for now what I'm going to do is go in with the brown. Where do I see a darker value? I see a darker value right here in this little diamond shape right over here. So if I see a diamond shape, I draw a diamond shape right there. And it's not super dark. You can see I just put down a little bit of brown Conte, and I'm going to just blend that in with the brown of the paper and just kind of spread it kind of thin. I'm going to erase up a nice clean edge to that diamond shape. Okay, where else do I see it a little bit darker? I'm going to say that that is going to be a little bit darker too, maybe just a little. My dilemma is I have a brownish area next to another brownish area, but this one looks darker. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit more black to this diamond shape here to make it a darker brown. And if you look on your paper bag, you'll notice certain areas are more kind of like a grayish brown. So that'll be perfect. That'll be a perfect area to mix the black in with the brown. Okay, this is just straight brown here. Where else do you see some brown? I see brown right above this little white area. And you'll find that a lot where you have an area of dark right next to an area of very, very light. So here I am just using the Conte that's kind of dirtying up the tip of this blender, and that's enough brown there. I see there's brown on the kind of going around to the other side of the bag here, so I'm going to put a little bit of brown there and mix a little bit of black with it too on this other side, and then blend that. If you don't have a blender, you could just use a rolled up piece of paper towel, but do better materials and supplies, specific supplies and materials meant to do specific things. Do they really make a difference in your drawing? Absolutely, yes, they do. So if you can go out and get these things, it will help you to create a better looking drawing, certainly and more easily. But on the other hand, even if you have the basic materials, you can do you do a very good job. It could look very good as well, the finished piece. Okay. Um, I'm getting kind of caught up in all the little details right now, so I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to take a look at all the different values. Where are my dark areas? Where are my medium areas? I need to kind of scroll in those big areas of shadow and kind of stop focusing so tightly on areas and not get carried away with that. And I shouldn't forget these very kind of big broad strokes of brown I should put down. So let's do that. Do the big areas of highlights and shadows. So what I'm trying to do is just kind of make my shading look smoother. That's the only purpose of using the blender stick right now. And I'm also using it to kind of clean up my shapes. This is called the chamois, and yes, it's a kind of suede-like fabric that you can use to wipe down, no, dry off your car. But artists also use a chamois when they are blending in place of the paper towel. Right here is an area that's kind of undefined or not defined very well. So I'm going to go back in here and get very specific with that area. I think that there is more brown here. There's a fairly large triangular shape right here. So I'm going to go in there with the brown Conte and define that. Like that. Then right underneath that dark brown, I'm going to go in with a little bit of white. A little highlighting right under there.